The legal battle to reclaim mandate begins as Atiku and Obi head to Supreme Court after tribunal's judgment. It's another edition of Vice Sundays at Newsstands on Flip TV. Michael Adugule is my name. Beautiful viewers across the globe, we appreciate you for always joining us on this platform. Of course, you know it's your number one online newspaper review program, aired on Flip TV. All right, we have diverse stories on the front pages of these papers, talking about the Daily Trust, The Nation, and the Punch newspaper. Quickly to Daily Trust newspaper. What do we have this morning on the front page of Daily Trust in newspaper? Atiku Obi rejects judgments, head to Supreme Court. Atiku Obi rejects judgments, head to Supreme Court. Let's quickly look at the follow-up stories. Legal battle to reclaim mandate just begins, says ex-vice president, that's Atiku Abubakar. Reasoning, conclusion, unacceptable. Ex-Anambra governor, that's Peter Obi, under the umbrella of the Labour Party. You will face another round of defeat, says APC. That's what APC is telling Atiku and Obi. You will face another round of defeat, says APC. Akpabio Kogi governor asked do to accept verdict. Akpabio, that is Senate president, Kogi governor asked do to accept defeat. All right, we have a tragic story on the front page of this paper. Landslide kills 30 in FCT, 19 kidnapped. Landslide kills 30 in FCT, 19 persons kidnapped. All right, leadership deficit held Nigeria back, says Tinubu. And to the down part of the paper, we have the pictures of Peter Obi and Atiku. Right here, presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party, presidential candidate Peter Obi during separate press conference in Abuja and Onitsha yesterday. You can see their pictures on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. On to the next one, The Nation newspaper. Was The Nation telling us this morning, The Nation speaking to the nation, the major story on the front page. It reads, Atiku Obi, why we are challenging tribunal verdict. Atiku Obi, why we are challenging tribunal verdict. Don't go to Supreme Court. Bello, Wike, Bruce urge PDP Labour Party candidates. Don't go to Supreme Court. Bello, Wike, Bruce urge PDP Labour candidates. We have Akeredolu recuperating in Ibadan on return from vacation. Lagos Assembly drops two Sanwo-Olu's new nominees. We have Nigeria, Australia to partner on training of local miners. Customs stops defaulting banks from revenue collection. Customs stops defaulting banks from revenue collection. Tinubu promises better future with good leadership. Tinubu, as the president, promises better future with good leadership. And the last paper we'll be reading to viewers, the Punch newspaper. Very punchy headline here. Tribunal judgment. APC lampoons Atiku Obi. Opposition attacks INEC. APC lampoons Atiku Obi. Opposition attacks INEC. Judgment devoid of justice, says ex-vice president. Petitioners, Lego teams storm court of appeal for judgment certified true copy. And the last story, down the paper, passengers stranded as foreign airlines delay cancel flights at Murtala Mohammed International Airport. We have the pictures on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Thank you so much for joining us on the reviews. We have a reviewer here. Kule, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Oh, can you come, sir? Can you come closer? Come closer. How are you doing, sir?
Good to God.
Yeah. Good to see you this morning. All right. It's no longer a news or a story to us that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now has been declared the winner of the February 25 poll by the tribunal. Your take on this? How did you see the judgment? Was it the best judgment given by the tribunal, despite the fact that we have Obi and Atiku kicking against the judgment?
In my own opinion, though I didn't spend the whole 13 hours listening to the entire judgment, but I listened to some of the parts of judgment, maybe some hours intermittently. I listened to some parts of judgment, but I could pick some things out of judgment which I do not agree with. The judgment completely nullified the technical innovations that are brought to the electoral system. The beavers, because according to what INEC chairman told us, according to the guidelines INEC issued,
continue what you say, sir.
According to the guidelines INEC issued, don't forget, INEC, the constitution gave INEC the power to set up its own guideline. So the guideline is a derivative of the constitution. Apart from the electoral act passed by the National Assembly, the constitution gave INEC the power to set up, to come up with some guidelines of how it will conduct the election. That means the guidelines is a derivative of the constitution. It's by virtue of the power the constitution gave to INEC they were able to come up with those guidelines. And so the guidelines is a product of the constitution. It's derived from the constitution. So whatever the guideline is should be binding on INEC as the rules and regulations by which the conduct of the election will be carried out. In which it was stated that BVAS will be used for accreditation. I'm calling the INEC chairman now, saying that the BVAS will be used for accreditation, will be used to snap the photocopy of the original from ECH polling booth result sheet tabulated, and it will be sent. It will be used to send the same photocopy to the INEC drive, INEC election viewing portal IREV, meaning that the purpose of BVAS as was declared by INEC is meant to serve that purpose as was contained in their guidelines.
Now that they are kicking against
yes.
Okay, you are
yes.
Right? Okay.
If INEC is saying that these are what the constitution gave us power to do, come up with our own guideline of how we conduct the election, and roll out the guidelines, we will deploy big beavers for that. These are technical innovations you are bringing to it. As a result of the innovation, as a result of the guideline, the constitution asks you to come up with. And you didn't follow that guidelines in conducting that election. A constitutional provision, even though it was not especially stated in the constitution, the constitution has given the power come up, by the virtue of the commission giving the power to come up with this guideline, it's a point of the constitution, it's a constitutional matter. So if INEC does not conduct that election according to that guidelines, which the constitution gave this power to come up with, that is the whole exercise is a flop. But to my surprise, the tribunal was silent permanently on those areas.
There are speculation, or they are not even speculation. There are talks that if INEC had conducted the elections well, now there will be no need to go to court.
That's what I'm saying.
And which
because
INEC is an independent body.
Yes, because I'm even certain the constitutionality of that guidelines, where it originates, where does it that guideline where it derives its power, where it derives from where it got its power to come into existence. From the constitution of Nigeria that says INEC have been given the power to come with its own guidelines, and the guideline was now contain some items so, and INEC refuses to conduct the election by that guidelines which the constitution gave its power. That means the election conducted by INEC outside the guideline, it should be the guideline avoid. I mean, to my greatest surprise, they might get surprised by the tribunal. They were permanently silent. They were telling us that there is nothing like that in the electoral act. What about the constitution that gave INEC the power to come up with those guidelines? And by reason of that guideline, derived from the constitution, those beavers and other things were mentioned, which INEC told us that's therefore for the guideline, which they issued to the party. So that means the tribunal was one-sided.
It was one-sided.
Yes, because they didn't talk about the guideline of INEC. They only talking about the electoral act. People are so concerned electoral act. What about the guidelines that INEC issued that contain the beavers and the purpose of beavers, the functionality is there for? It was not mentioned by the tribunal. They were silent on it. They didn't indicate INEC that by this guidelines that you roll out, which was the product of the constitution, how come it did not go about this? How come it didn't do this?
Did you in any way expect a rerun?
See,
did you expect a rerun?
The purpose of education is that if I pick a fault in a posting, I suppose the court of law, and the court of law should clearly see those faults and educate properly on it. Then I'm telling you, I did this on the 30 hours of the whole thing at the but I did some hours of it. I was coming in, I'm going out until I think minimum I listened to about 6 hours, minimum of 6 hours, of 30 hours. So I was cooking, I'm telling you those things I pick, and I will follow up. So I'm telling you, as far as guideline is concerned, the guideline INEC issued is a product of the constitution. The constitution gave INEC the power to set up those guidelines. And the guideline, INEC stated those things he will comply with.
Of course, the Labour Party presidential candidate Obi said the outcome of the judgment was devoid of justice, and he said he would proceed to the
He has the
Supreme
constitutional
Court.
power, constitutional right to do that.
Do you support that?
He has the constitutional right. I don't need to advise me. I don't need to dictate to him. It's his choice. If he chooses to go further, go back. I watched him yesterday. I watched Atiku in the news. Atiku said he's going. Obi, the same thing. The point I'm taking, I'm stating my own.
You said it here.
Yes.
You said it. So
the division was wrong not to have condemned and not to have followed their guidelines, but it's a product of constitution. The constitution said either you are empowered to come with your guidelines. I'm not the guideline you listed that divers and covers. That means all technical innovation we brought into the election is declared null and void by the tribunal. You can imagine the tribunal chairman telling us the only method of collection of results is only by manual process. So saying that the whole process of collecting results from manually is all style, all the same. Whereby you take the record from the polling booth to the collection center and to the doctor. I would say the only lay down procedure for constitution of results is by manual process.
It could be an electronic means or manual. Are you getting me now? It was stated there, so it wasn't compulsory for it to be transmitted electronically. That's what is stated. Are you getting me? That's what is stated. So you need to get it right. You need to get it right. So what advice would you give to the concerned authorities, in charge of INEC or the federal government, in order for us not to witness such occurrence again?
Hello, sir. In the current political actors, I have no confidence in them. I have no trust or any faith in any of them. I don't believe in them in giving us any transparent electoral system. If I must tell you, we have captors of the state in position of power now. People in position of power, they are captors. The country and the citizens, they are captives rather than the people in power now. They are captured the system. They are pocketed the system. The system is already pocketed. The system is already pocketed. Every sector of the country is captured and pocketed by them. I don't believe in them in doing anything. To be telling you that this present people will change the system, the system which the brilliance of power is by deceiving ourselves.
What we will say is that INEC should live up to expectations. INEC should do the right thing.
INEC will look. If the present operators there, I'm telling you, the current operators there, the beneficiary of the current system will not do that. So why are you be hoping on people that will not, people who devise a corrupt system to come to power, and you're not expecting a change from them? You're wasting your time. It's a waste of time.
That body is an independent body. It's an independent body, and INEC should be able to live up to expectations. Yeah, thank you so much. Your name, sir?
Mr. Olajide.
Mr. Olajide. Hope to see you next time. All right, Kule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, everybody. Thank God it's another day. God bless everybody. God bless Nigeria. God bless our president.
All right, the legal battle has started. Obi and Atiku, heading to Supreme Court to counter the judgments of tribunal.
I'll say the second phase of the legal battle is about to start. Because as I'm talking now, they are not yet in Supreme Court. And as it is, what I'm just looking at, Mr. Mike, is that money they are trying to waste, Atiku and Obi, they are trying to waste, right? They should spend it on outreach of the poor people. Me, I can collect that money and turn it around for them, and they will see the money the way the people they abandoned. When Atiku was in power, the Amajeris in Adamawa, a lot of them, they are being starved now. They are in IDP camp. You should use that money to go and, take care of those people. Then Obi should use that money to, you can't tell me there are no suffering people in Anambra. You have all this money, bogus money like this, and you are wasting it on fruitless efforts. Fruitless efforts. Because a lot of people don't understand the outcome of that judgment. We've told you we don't want technicality. You could remember, Atiku spent a lot of weeks in America searching for certificates. Obi spent a lot of months searching for drug case against the Tinubu. Are those ones not what's it called? Technical. Bring your points. Bring it on the table that you won election. Bring it on the table. Why did Obi not crying loud that he was shortchanged? His vote was shortchanged in Lagos. He won part of Lagos. He won some polling units in Lagos, and they won Lagos. Let's do, with close margin, right? Because there was a solidarity vote for him. But I think that solidarity he has then is losing them. They are fading away from him now because they've seen the agenda these are same Obi that were looking at his followers, insulting the number one, man in the judiciary, which was the Chief Justice of the Federation. I've never heard that before. And that is a serious case if they want to label, defamation, if they want to take it up with them. Right? You said the man went to London to go and he received some package of money. And they showed the man on wheelchair in the Abuja hospital taking treatments. Can you imagine how dangerous, how barbaric our youth have turned to now? And Obi is there, and the problem now is he himself. I cannot blame him because they've overwhelmed him with fake news, with propagandas, and that's not what we need. They should go to the Supreme Court. It's the same judgment they will meet.
Many have been reaching out to the oppositions. I'm talking about Obi and Atiku, not to head to the Supreme Court, to fight the case. The likes of Wike, Reno Mokri, the state governor, other politicians
it's a mockery advice.
But don't you think it is time again to prove that that word of reclaiming their mandates, the stolen mandates?
See, there's no mandate that was stolen. Let me tell you, there's no mandate that was stolen. Atiku won in Osun, right? Why is it not coming out that the election was transparent in so, and the little area that there was fault that was faulty due to INEC, INEC problem they have with the beavers is the one they are talking of, and the constitution, election constitution did say that you can transmit results either through electronic wise or manual, and there was glitches when the result this thing was going on, and they switched over to what's it called, manual. Is that what I think Obi is educated? He should be more above that child's play they're playing around.
You call it a child's play?
A child's play, yes, a child's play.
Someone whose mandate was stolen?
Which mandate was stolen?
That's what he said.
Whose mandate was stolen?
That's what he's claiming.
Number 3 man said his mandate was stolen.
What of the number 2?
Number 2 man, he won the election all around. He won in Kaduna, he won everywhere. And they collect those election results, and he saw it, but they didn't remember that being a Fulani man, he has solidarity from his people. And the Kanuri man too, who Shetima is, has a lot of block votes from the Kanuris. And you could see what Shetima told him. Say he will retire Atiku back to Adamawa, and he will buy some, cow for him so that he can keep himself busy there. We don't need all this, Photoshop, court case. We don't need it any longer.
All right.
You went to appeal courts, and those appeal courts you went to, you never even believe in them. So who did they want to believe in? I'm telling you, if the Supreme Court gave their verdict to, they will now go to international courts of justice. Maybe they will take it there, and that was it. They will now challenge God again, that they want to, that God is not fair to them.
Now, away from that, let's quickly move down to the tragic story we heard, we got in Abuja. 30 persons lost their lives in a landslide. in Abuja there, as but by the activities of illegal miners. Are you aware of the story?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what?
No, I was not aware. I have to be truthful. But I've been hearing of these illegal miners all around. Who brought them in? Are they just there on their own? That means they have the power brokers that are backing them up. And those are the power brokers they should go after now. Because those licenses, all of them are just illegal miners. They are illegal. There is Zamfara. They are even in Osun State there. Shekilola gold field. You see how they get there, you won't know. Chinese and this thing. That's why you see our traditional ruler has a big role to play in this. But they are sabotaging us.
Traditional rulers,
yes,
all the state governments,
traditional
state
rulers,
government, federal government.
No.
Okay.
It's their domain, such thing is happening.
Okay.
Right? It's their land, such thing is happening.
Okay.
If they have not been bribed, right, they wouldn't allow just such, when you start seeing strengthening in your community. If they did it in Ife, they did it in what's it called, Ijesha. That's Ijesha, where the gold mine is. They are seeing the strangers, and once it was the traditional ruler to swing into action, I just meet with the president and see some strange people. I don't know how they, come to be. It's not that, when federal government want to inaugurate a project, they will come down to that state. They will invite the kings, they will invite the leaders, they will invite the political leaders. But suddenly, something didn't happen. You, as a king in your domain, you just see strange people mining your. There's collaboration between government and the kings,
traditional
rulers.
And that of Zamfara calls for serious concern.
Yes, serious one.
We have illegal miners there.
They are just there and they are killing themselves. And they are even not only one, not only two. It's the fights among them that leads to all these bandits coming in. A lot of them, if they go deep down, you could see that these factional miners there, they are against each other's. And what they are hiding in that Zamfara. Zamfara is so blessed with a lot of natural resources. They are blessed with it.
In same Abuja, we also gathered that 19 persons were kidnapped, and I think the government of the day needs to seriously stand up against insecurity in Nigeria. 19 were kidnapped in Gwari, same Abuja. Though the FCT minister, Yeson Wike, has called on the director of DSS in Abuja to look into the matter, investigate what's really happening. So, issue of security in Nigeria, I think it needs to be taken seriously. This is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the seat of power. So what do you expect him to do?
You see, we are talking issue of security in Nigeria, but the one point, the major concern about me is the issue of security in your federal capital of the country.
Country of the nation.
It's just you're saying the issue of security in American capital, right? Which is Washington. It has never happened. When they had the crisis in Abuja the other time, that there was a break jail. They break what's it called? Break
Kuje prison, right?
Kuje prison, yeah, break, right? And jailbreak in Kuje prison. The American, what did they say? They moved their, staffs of the embassy to what? To Lagos, because they assume Lagos as the most safe. And when they did that, I look at it as an insult to the federal capital, an insult to whole Nigeria, right? You have a capital, federal capital of your state, of your country. It's not safe. It's as loose as anything. Killing is going on there. Murder is going on there. A lot of things. Jailbreak is going on there. So what they did, they now left the core staffs that can attend to one or two issues. They left them in Abuja and they moved all the remaining staff to Lagos. So it asks, we need the questions to ask. And that question is, we ask the successive people that have been, the money they've sunk in that Abuja. Abuja is supposed to have the CCTV camera. Mind you, they swallow it. There was a contract awarded for that CCTV camera.
That was during Jonathan's administration.
I think those are, you see, I can just say I'm getting tired of this country.
What do you think Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu can solve the
It
security
it
crisis?
show with his boldness. If he is not the right wish, it's what we, let him know. It's what we agitate on. That bring all these people to book. Bring them to book. We know them. We know some of their name. I know who started the first turnaround the maintenance of the refinery in this country. That Obasanjo gave that contract to. I know the guy. If they don't, their memory has lost to remember. I know the guy. I'll present the name of the guy to them. That our former president Obasanjo used to start turn around the refinery. That nothing has ever turned around since then. And Asiwaju too, he knows these people because he's been part of them. He's been, he has been good with them. He knows them in and out. Some are his friends.
And I think he should focus more on insecurity in the country.
Yeah,
because whether we like it or not, if stand measures are not taken, it will affect his government.
Then I will call out Matawale. Okay. I will call out Matawale.
Defense?
Because, Minister for Defense. We think you should be able to be proactive now. Mr. Matawale, we need your proactiveness in tackling this insecurity, because they will flop up this government. This is your same government. You are a minister. If you don't take time, so swing into action and flush out all those criminals, and you are not strange to them. At least they trouble your state. They trouble your Zamfara. So swing into action and bring them out. And you guys are talking of carrot and stick. When carrot and stick don't work, spit them out, bomb them out, man, so that they won't use their own to affect other, civil obedient Nigerians.
All right, thank you so much, Kunle. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Before I let Michael in, I need to quickly acknowledge our viewers right here that are watching us on the platform. I am saying good morning to Dutchman Pounds. Dutchman Pound is saying it's another beautiful day. We say another beautiful day at the newsstand. We're saying good morning to you, Ugo Ben. Hello, Flip TV. Hello, Ugo Ben. We're saying good morning to you. All is well. Saying, how are you doing, Mr. Michael Adekunle? It's good to see you and all Philippians. Wow, that's a good one. Good to see you as well. John Excel Trust. Obi all is okay. We're saying good morning to you, John Excel. Precious Ikedi, good morning, blessed one. We have Bishop B, good morning. Dele Amedu, Stop and Chop. Wilfred, Mookie Great, and others. We're saying good morning to everybody and thanks for joining us today. All right, Michael, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Mike. Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm cool. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
All right. It's unacceptable. We can't take the outcome of tribunal. We will proceed to Supreme Court. This is what Atiku and Obi are saying. What do you think they should do at this point in time? We have politicians reaching out to them, calling them not to proceed to the Supreme Court, not to fight any case again, that it is the end. Now, as a Nigerian and an analyst on this platform, what advice would you give to them?
Thank you, Mike. I think it is their fundamental right to proceed to the final arbiter of judiciary, which the two gladiators that are involved in this matter, the APC and the PDP and the Labour Party, represented by Mr. Peter Obi and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I think it is within their right to so do. I don't have any problem with their decision. It is their right to
challenge the verdict, right?
To pursue what they believe up to the final point, of which they have decided to do. I think it is good for democracy. Mike, because the only alternative to that is anarchy, and we don't want that. So whatever we can do to explore all the judicial processes is welcome. So it is within their rights. It's welcome.
Now, I don't know the advice you would like to give to INEC because in most cases, so when conduct elections in Nigeria, it seems INEC is always the problem, has always been the problem. What advice would you give to INEC in terms of conducting, elections in Nigeria? If the election was conducted, if it was transparent enough, I don't think the likes of Obi, Atiku, and other parties, will go to court. What advice would you give?
You remember that was my position yesterday.
Yeah.
I focused more on INEC, not much on whoever was declared the winner, because I felt that we could have avoided that situation of litigation if things have been properly done by the Independent Electoral Commission, who have been saddled with the responsibility of conducting a free, fair, and a very transparent election, which they fall short of. And I say that with all sense of responsibility. If you look at even the reports of both local and international observers during that period, it stated it very clearly that that election falls short of a lot of standards, of which that is my position as well. So if we have gotten it right at that level, some of the issues we are having in the courts, having to subject the entire process into judicial interpretation will have been avoided. And I think that is where we are. How INEC is going to improve, I think a lot of work is in their hands. I also understand some of their constraints because we must tell ourselves the truth in this country.
Okay.
I wouldn't say conducting a free, fair, transparent election is solely the work of INEC. Don't forget, they are not in charge of security, and sometimes they do have major security issues. So this is supposed to be a collaboration, a collective effort between relevant agencies that are meant to make us have free, fair, and credible elections. Most of the time, we see ballot board being snatched in certain places. An INEC official cannot be running after such individual. It has to be done by the security agencies. And when they fail at that point, everything still comes back to INEC. So it's a collective effort. But the areas that concerns INEC must live up to the expectation of which they have not done in the last election. They promised transmission, which was supposed to be a welcome development at that point, but they came up with technical glitch as an excuse at the end of the day, which I feel is not too healthy for our electoral process. So they must buckle up if they still want Nigerians to believe in this process. If they still want Nigerians not to give up entirely about our electoral process, INEC has a lot of work to do.
The last election that was conducted, that was conducted and faulted by Nigerians, would you say INEC was not well prepared, or what?
Well, I may not be able to speak.
Didn't INEC have enough time to prepare?
Of course they do. Don't forget, they released the timetable of that election about a year interval, a year ahead. That was when the timetable for the election came out. So if you have 1 full year, 365 days to prepare for an election, then you cannot come up with an excuse. The technical glitch, I have to refer to that again, that INEC gave during that presidential election. Don't forget that glitch only affected the presidential election records, which for me it is not too good for our nation. Don't tell me that attempts were made to hack it. You should know that your system will be attempted to be hacked. That shouldn't be an issue you'll be putting up to Nigerians, putting up for Nigerians. No, it is unacceptable. You understand the environment that you have. You know some of the things that has transpired even before now. and you should be prepared that such attempt will be made and put relevant structures in place to ensure that such individual don't succeed. So anything that will make our election not to be seen to be credible, we naturally generate issues and rejections, just the way we have seen it. But if it has been transparent to a large extent, I must put, then even individuals that want to challenge it to be very reluctant, because what you have in the manual record is not different from what was transmitted and all of that. What your agent brings to your collation point is not different. When all those records are showing the same thing, there is nothing to challenge. It will be too clear for anybody to want to challenge.
Now you will face another round of defeats if you head to Supreme Court. That's what APC is telling PDP and Labour Party. It seems that APC is so sure of victory. If at the end of the day, the Supreme Court will be and Atiku head to Supreme Court.
I think they've already taken that decision, and APC saying that they will face another round of defeat. That is left for the Supreme Court to determine. APC has every right to boast about the last judgment. Why not? Why not? Why not? They
Go on.
Why not? Why not? I mean, if you've gotten judgment, if judgment is in your favor, you have every right to brag about it. So it is welcome. But the opposition also have the right to proceed to the final arbiter, of which they have done, and there should be no cause for alarm.
No cause for alarm. Would you like to say something concerning the landslide that killed 30 persons in Abuja?
That's unfortunate. That's news to me now. I'm not aware even before now. But that's very unfortunate that we're having such natural disaster. I must put it, natural disaster. Though I've audible if relevant agency have been on their job, vigilant enough to have probably known when such will occur and put proper preventive measures and alert probably the concerned resident on time. Probably it would have been averted, but by and large it is unfortunate. We commiserate with the families of those that have been affected.
And don't you think the government or the concerned authorities should start checkmating the activities of illegal miners in the country?
I mean, that is like saying the obvious. You don't tell us illegal miners. These are not ghosts. These are not spirits. But crying out loud. So this is when you hear illegal miners, this is a satanic conspiracy between security agencies, the communities involved, the leadership of communities involved, and one or two other agents like that. There is nothing like a illegal. They are not there by default. People must have been aware that activities are going on in some places. Some people are profiteering from such evil ventures. So it is not true that they don't know what is going on. And that is sad.
Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you. I appreciate your coming on board. Have a good weekend.
Good morning, Mr.
Charles, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. Why we are challenging tribunal verdict? That's what Obi and Atiku, are saying on today's edition of this program. Obi is not satisfied with the outcome of the result. Atiku as well not satisfied with the judgment of tribunal. They proceeded to Supreme Court. What do you think will be their fate?
Once again, good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Charles. And let's not forget that we are talking about one of the fundamental human rights of those individuals are contested as in from different political parties, Obi and Atiku Abubakar, even Tinubu himself. So it is their right and their duty to go to any court they feel that that is where justice will prevail. And you are not supposed even, but to my own understanding, if I should advise the two parties, I would have said just go, forget about it. Are you getting me? Because I don't think whether you like it, the judges are the same.
Forget about
Just
reclaiming their mandate.
my brother, see, we are talking
This is a
about.
mandate they said that
See,
was stolen.
there's no case to prove anymore. Are you getting me? Yes, the country itself is corrupt. The judges themselves are nothing but corrupt members out there. So if I'm to advise, yes, it's part of their civic and fundamental human right to go to court. Are you getting me? But let's be honest here. Even if you decide to go to the highest court in the world, I don't think that justice will also prevail because a lot of things, a lot of things are taking place. So I don't know about any other person. That is to my own advice to both of them. But well, is you don't expect. That is why, according to one of the great philosophers, I say competition is the engine wire of development. If you don't compete, you cannot develop. Are you getting me? So competing is one of the ingredients of democracy. So that is why there must always be what we call opposition party in democracy. Definitely, without this opposition party, I don't think there's anything democracy, the ingredients will not be complete. One of the features and essentials of democracy will not be there. So you are not, those people calling the two parties to come together and merge, yes, they might be right, but you don't expect somebody who is still at the griefs of whatever that happened to, as in, at the point to come in and start merging together with you. They have every right to go to any highest court because they know to them, if they feel that Supreme Court is going to be a place whereby they will find justice, fine and good. We are Nigerians, all we are praying that God should keep us alive and still witness that same day. Are you getting me? But Nigerians, honestly speaking, when you look at the system itself, this even Nigerian atmosphere alone is very, very much corrupt. Let me be honest with you, as corrupt as anything. So unlike the judges, what are you going there to do again? Because the same people you meet here, the same people you are meeting there, PTC, almost the same people. Are you getting me? So, but when we pray and we hope that justice will still prevail.
Justice will still prevail. Let's move down to insecurity in the country. What do you expect from the president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, since he has been declared the winner of the February 25 poll? Security has been the major challenge, in Nigeria here. The eastern region, western region, northern region. No one is exempted. No state is exempted. How do you think the president can tackle insecurity?
Well, let's not be sentimental with our argument here. All of us are one. We come out here every day to express our feelings and views. Even those people that are watching us, we know that a lot of them are very, very much educated and intelligent than people like us here. But it's just that they feel that they want to feel at home and listen to us out there, abroad, in different parts of the world. Insecurity, I think insecurity happens to be one of the major problems we're having in Nigeria. Insecurity can take the form of different things, different types of forms of insecurity. Or even you find out that when you tune your radio, when you go to a newspaper stand, you keep on hearing that even a medical doctor, a woman was crying just this morning when she went to hospital just for appendicitis, and at the end of the day, they find out that one of her kidney has been removed. That is also part of insecurity we are talking about. Are you getting me? Because you look at it, that as a medical doctor, your life is not more safe with people like that. What about the insecurity? Now, we are talking about insecurity. Nigerians, let's forget about tribal issues. Let's forget about tribalism here. You are Yoruba, I'm an Igbo, you are from Edo, you are from these different places. Insecurity is one of the key problems we are facing in this country. It's because I don't have anything with me. I would have taken this to a very higher level because I could remember this is part of part of the measure, part of the stuff that made me lose my parents. Are you getting me? Because of this insecurity in the north. So, but what are we trying to? What are the government trying to preach to us? We are seeing a situation whereby the insecurity of Nigerians is no more, much more important to them. They don't look at the insecurity of Nigerians as if it's the most important thing in their various chambers and caucus. But any government that doesn't take the security of the lives of its citizens at heart is not worthy to be in that position. Insecurity, go to the north, people are dying on a daily basis. East are not safe, north are not safe, different places. Insecurity almost everywhere. So I believe if government should join hands together, fight this insecurity, a lot of things, a lot of crimes will have that what we call reduction in terms of crimes in Nigeria. But we are living in a country whereby most of these business politicians, I call them business politicians because they are business politicians. What they are after is what they will earn and how much amount of money they'll be proud of that is going to go into their private account. But I call them business politicians because if you have the interest of Nigeria at heart, you should have known that the number one thing, even hunger is part of insecurity in Nigeria now. People,
at least there's food insecurity.
There's food insecurity. People are, there's no, I was going home yesterday, somebody was telling me that if, because of the insecurity in terms of food, the food he was meant to, the food that the family was meant to eat in the morning, you have to prolong it instead of eating it in the morning, they have to eat it around 11, 12 or thereabout. And it's not supposed to be like that. When you eat, you'll be able to know how to think very well. These are the problems we are having in Nigeria. So I believe if this government should be able, if they know that we are very, very much important to them, we are valuable to them as one of the members of, one of the main citizens. God did not make a very big mistake by creating us in this particular nation called Nigeria. God has a purpose for everybody, for bringing each and every one of us here. But these politicians should not make us look at things as if we do not know that coming to Nigeria is a mistake. They should have known, they should tell us that coming into Nigeria is one of the most valid aspects of life that we should be very, very much happy and enjoyable. But insecurity, I pray that
it will end. Thank you so much, Charles.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, David. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Welcome on board.
Thank God it's Friday.
And thank God your candidate won. At the tribunal, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Ironically.
Asiwaju will not be my candidate.
I know it's not
Asiwaju will not be my candidate.
I know
even if I just like I would have voted Atiku. I
was just trying to tease you.
I know.
I was pulling your legs.
That's Mr. Akule's candidate.
Are you satisfied with the outcome of the results? Because yesterday I didn't even see you.
No, yesterday.
Show your face.
No, yesterday actually I came, but I actually received a call to do 1 or 2 side hustle. So I just need to go and attend to the side hustle.
Are you accepting defeat, David? Or you are heading to the Supreme Court?
Just like every other, I am not the presidential candidate of the two parties, but I have always.
You're not, but I'm just saying.
I have always remained my stance, and then I always say that Nigerian judicial system has now become a hiding place for the rich. Now, if a criminal tells you to go to court, it shows you have people, he has backing from those in the judiciary. Now, one thing I will fault that judgment was that first, I will say it and I will say it with every consciousness that the judges there were biased. We're biased in the sense that how can you say during this trial we saw Obi presented a lot of evidence. Obi presented 13 witnesses to the court. Out of the 13 witnesses, the court struck out 10 during the trial, and now you coming out to give verdicts that Obi did not present any evidences. Where do you expect the judges to get the evidence from? Should they go to the streets and then get those evidence themselves? And now and then see on the other hand, and then for the court to have ruled that Bola Ahmed Asiwaju was not guilty If someone was not guilty, why would he have to forfeit $460,000? That was what the court said. He said because the US did not ban him from entering the country since 1993. You know, I know. Mr. Kule knows. Everyone knows. Asiwaju has now stepped his leg into US because now he has immunity now. He can go there as the president. Let him know if he's that. No, you know, since 1993. Since 1993.
Another argument
No,
for the news
since
this morning.
1993.
What did I know? Let me hear you.
What?
Leave him.
Another chaos.
Leave him to make it. He has right to
This guy allow this guy to go. Allow him. He has a right.
No chaos.
He has a right. He has a right. Can you know? This guy wants to say, leave me alone. Leave him. Make him leave him to talk. Why could they stop? You see, they leave him to talk. Leave me alone.
What's all this now?
Leave this guy to talk.
No, calm down. Can you calm down?
I have the right. This maroon don't start again. This maroon don't start again.
I invited him.
He invited me.
I invited him.
Don't start again.
I invited him. I invited you. No, no.
You see why he started the other time?
Can you calm down?
Did you blame me? Go and blame me.
Sorry. No, I invited him to come.
This is good guy.
Calm down. It's okay. Calm down.
So I'm hearing.
That is the screen. The screen of the phone.
He has damaged my phone already. Yes. The Hugo has damaged my phone.
So that's going to be cautioned.
I am suspended to
Don't worry.
I'll make a case for you.
I invited him. I invited him.
This is animal from parties.
His phone screen has been damaged. Just calm down.
He has damaged my screen. This non-entity. People that are sponsoring him, that are sending him to do all those rubbish. He needs to be cautioned.
Because he should also allow
I see my animal.
the abuse. Which I used to
You want to start what you can't finish.
Go walk on and there. You're on the air. People are watching you live.
No, forget on the air.
This element of people, I just don't.
No.
All right.
Okay, yeah. I can hear you.
Now, one thing I want to say is that
Cited
since 1993,
Can you come to the mic?
since
Come closer
1993,
to the mic.
now
Yeah.
our judicial system has said, see, they've cleared Asiwaju of the 460,000 properties or money he forfeited. Now, what I was saying is that now is the court telling us that, see, as long as you forfeited properties, are you now free of the charges? Because that was what the court gave during the interpretation of that verdict.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good question, and it's a good thing you want to hear the clarification on it. You see, that judgment of $450,000, it's a civil case, right? In America today, if they catch you with excess of money, you cannot explain it, or they don't link you to drug issues, to narcotic issues, they will seize that money, and you will forfeit that money. And I want to tell you, I want to make a case example. You see, you'll be hearing of Chagori and Chagori people, those people that built Lekki Road, where they went to protest on the Lekki concession. Like, they had a contract with America, and they defaulted that contract, and they could not enter America to face the trial. And the trial will have been a forfeiture of their assets, some of their assets of money. And when there was time for them to face their trial, they went and they faced the trial, and they had to pay. The judgment was they should pay so amount into the treasury of America for the force. That's the number one. Then number two, these same judges, they said they went to International Criminal Center. Sorry, I'm not talking to a barbarian here this morning. I'm not talking to barbarians here this morning. I'm talking to people that reason well. I'm not talking to a barbarian, animal barbarian. I don't talk to them this morning. Now, when they went to International Criminal Center in America, to look at the names of people. You see, that's why I say this Obi problem he has created with all this wayward, with all these lunatic supporters. You know, I mean,
Right.
I have to say that. I have to say that.
Can you calm down?
Yes.
You don't. Hello. You don't understand me.
As a lobby, go to court. Go to court.
Can you calm
The
down?
manager that
Can you calm down?
Okay, I'll send it back. So that's just it.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So just like
Lucky, please. Hello, please.
let the uncle. Please, let
Hello,
the
can you move to this side?
let the uncle.
Can you move to this side, Mr. Charles? Please, can you move to this side?
Please let the uncle.
Because you guys, I don't
Now,
understand.
what I want to say is that as a Nigerian, I was not pleased with the verdict because every Nigerian saw what transpired during the 2020 election. That election was marred with so many irregularities. Now, INEC told us the mode in which election result will be transmitted. Why was it that it was now? The court is not telling us that now INEC have every right to choose the mode in which the result will be transmitted. So why did INEC now tell us in the first instance that that election will be transmitted electronically, and then 500 billion was given to INEC because of that election, so that results could be transmitted electronically. So if you know now, that was why INEC is now begging people in Kogi State, Imo State, and then Edo State. They are begging indigenous residents they are telling them to please come out and vote, that your vote will count. As a Nigerian, I've lost hope in then INEC and Nigerian judiciary. That is what, because you cannot always do the wrong thing most times and then expect people to still believe in such institution. If INEC I don't need food to start begging people people in this state not doing different things and then go to court to what, and now the court has interpreted differently. But my appeal is, at this point, Atiku and Obi should please lay low, because even going to the Supreme Court, I know say they go explain tire, no evidence. Now that's not the court talk, because the court uses that phrase, said there's no evidence. Even if they get into Supreme Court, they will see explain tire, no evidence. So they should just shoot their stuff, go back to the drawing board, plan for the 2027 general election, because as for this one, there's an adage that say support law. It's gone.
Support the law.
It's gone.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mark Atiku.
Welcome on board once again. You were not able to speak yesterday concerning the outcome of the tribunal.
It was as a result of some circumstances beyond
Your control. All right. I think you can control this right here.
Yes.
You can control the judgment of tribunal now.
No, it's not. I don't think I have that bearing on the judgment. No. I don't think you have the reason you don't have a direct bearing on the judgment. But we can discuss it.
We can discuss this. All right, thank you so much, Matthew. Many have been telling Obi to lay low and stop the proceed to the Supreme Court to fight against the outcome of the presidential election. Tinubu has been declared the winner by the tribunal, which everybody knows that Tinubu presently is now the winner of the February 25 poll. Now, telling Obi not to reclaim his stolen mandate. Of course, Obi has been saying it, his stolen mandate, and he wants to reclaim it. Don't you think it will pose a danger on the ambition? I'm talking about the political ambition of Peter Obi in the nearest future.
You have asked many questions, but let me attack it from my own perspective. I've always been of the opinion that, in fact, I don't have confidence in Nigeria's judiciary. That has always been my position.
That's always been my position. I don't have confidence in Nigerian judiciary. But again, I think the worst enemy of democracy in this last election is INEC, not even the courts.
Not the court.
Because the court merely hide under what INEC did to give their judgment. Because all they did, they were using point of law. Because if you look at all the effort of the petitioners to prove their case, INEC frustrated it. INEC having frustrated the attempt to have free, fair, and credible election, went ahead to frustrate all the bids of the petitioners to prove their case. That was a situation where INEC, even if the court has said INEC has discretionary power, that is the constitution, there's no argument about that. To decide the mode of transmission of election result is the constitution, and that's what INEC, the court said. But INEC gave us hope that they were going to transmit election results electronically. It was in their guideline. And when they reneged and gave excuse of network glitch, before they conducted governing election in Lagos State and in Akwa Ibom State, Labour Party went to court in Lagos State and in Akwa Ibom, asking court to compare INEC to obey their guideline to transmit election results electronically in Lagos State and in Akwa Ibom State for the purpose of governorship election. And court saw reason with them and compared INEC to transmit the election results electronically in Lagos State and in Akwa Ibom State for the purpose of the last governorship election. So to that extent, if someone had envisaged that INEC was going to renege on their guideline and has gone to court to ask court to compare INEC to obey their guideline before the primary presidential election, perhaps the court would have ruled in that manner. And if court had ruled in that manner, all INEC did would have been rubbish. I mean the manner collection of results. Now this is what we find ourselves. I'm of the view, just like Adeboru argued, that the burden of proof henceforth should be on INEC. However, that the electoral act should be amended and let the burden of proof be removed from the petitioner and placed on INEC. Because INEC is one that conducted the election. INEC is one that have all the materials relating to the election. Even if you say the respective individuals or political parties have access to from EC8A, which is the fund that you generate from the unit level, and even from EC8B and EC8C from the ward level and the local government level. But you need INEC to get all the other necessary documents. And INEC was not forthcoming in making available certified copies of all the relevant documents as being demanded, requested by the petitioners, even at some points where the court will say, avail the petitioner this document to enable him to prosecute his case. So going forward, if the electoral act is amended in such a way that the burden of proof is removed from the petitioner and placed on INEC, I think it will make INEC to do the right thing. But one, you know that it will be my responsibility to prove that I conducted free, fair, and credible election. And that if any of my staff is doing the wrong thing, I should be able to caution that person. Then I look at the area where Adeboru has said, even if INEC had the discretionary power, that the court would have used that avenue to caution INEC, to acknowledge them. I think I totally agree with him. Because what INEC did was a disservice to democracy. It's difficult to fault the tribunal because they were using point of law and technicality to deliver their judgment. But if INEC did not create that lacuna, it would have been difficult for the court to hide under those technicalities and lacuna. So the main enemy of democracy in Nigeria is INEC,
not the court.
Now going forward, going forward, I think the judiciary just use INEC to shine because they created the scenario. You see that INEC is not responsible enough, is not mature enough to be given discretionary power. As you are here today, God already gave everybody free will. Okay. Now, the constitution says, as Nigerians, freedom of movement. And say that freedom given to INEC by the Electoral Act, discretion, power to decide, how to transmit election results, and said INEC is not matured enough. INEC is not responsible to parade such discretionary power. They should use the constitution to tie the hand of INEC. They should use the Electoral Act to tie the hand of INEC. So that if the Electoral Act is amended to say you must transmit election results electronically without a proviso, without a clause, that in that way, INEC will not have anywhere to hide. Because if you ask me, Mr. Mike, I will tell you that I was not convinced. I was not satisfied.
The conduct of the election.
No. With the excuse given by INEC that there was a network glitch. Experts in the field have argued that you need to stress test the system. And if you have stress tested it, that you would have noticed that there would have been a network glitch or that kind of failure before deploying it for that election. And INEC cannot feign ignorance. Having been given billions of naira to prosecute an election, they cannot feign ignorance that they were not aware that they needed to stress test the system. So for me, I see it as a deliberate attempt to create the scenario that will give them leverage opportunity to manipulate the system. For me, INEC is the main enemy of Nigerian democracy in that election.
Now, don't you think it will be a show of shame for Atiku and Obi at the Supreme Court?
No, why is it still good?
With what we witnessed.
No, I'm coming. Okay. Why it is still good they go on appeal is this. Beyond what INEC did, there are some areas that the Supreme Court need to give their own interpretation. Particularly the issue that has to do with Abuja, one getting 25% from Abuja. What the Electoral Tribunal did is they mainly choose from different opinions. If they argued that you must get 25%, nobody would have voted it. If they maintain their position that you don't need to get 25%, that Abuja is not a special, doesn't have a special status, people in Abuja doesn't have two heads, nobody will qualify it. Even the Supreme Court judges have argued, have said that the decision is not infallible because they are human. So in the same way, those judges, they don't have two heads. They are subject to error. So, like in that area of Abuja, 25%, is good. Let the Supreme Court make its own pronouncement. You know why? Any pronouncement that is made by Supreme Court, even if Supreme Court told the line of the election tribunal, what it means is going forward, nobody will take such matter to court because it has been settled. But if you leave it at the level of election petition tribunal, next time somebody wants to challenge it to Supreme Court.
Let it, you don't want something wrong.
Yes, let the Supreme Court give its own interpretation. You don't need 25% from Abuja, or you need it. Then going forward, if any issue of that nature arises, nobody will challenge it in court.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Matthew. I appreciate you for coming on board. That was a very brilliant contribution by Matthew Olu.
Good morning, my brother. How's everything? What is happening here today? Everybody is crazy. What is the problem? Everybody is getting mad. I don't know.
Lucky. Eyaguna.
Yeah, everybody. I don't know what is happening. What's the problem? Everybody is getting mad as if we are taking woto. Anyway.
Do you now believe that the court is the sanctuary of justice with what we witnessed at the tribunal?
Why are we still debating on that? I don't know. We should focus on something else, not this, because.
Can they now join hands together and work with Ashwat Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
They should wait for 4 years because I don't see anything coming out from the judges, as I told you before. Nothing coming out. We're just fighting. Are we fighting ourselves? Or are we sorting ourselves? Where they know the elite, they say big men tomorrow. We are fighting for. They'll go overnight and start enjoying their 4 years wine. So why are we fighting ourselves? Why are we sorting ourselves? The judgment have come and gone. The only area I'm worried is that Abuja will now become state now. Let the Abuja residents get up, protest, or go to court and demand for 3 slots of senator, and the House of Rep and governor, state governor. I think that is it. So that let them know that we have 37 states or 36 states. Sort of just say there's nothing special for Abuja. So let Abuja become a state. So have 3 senatorial and the governors, the local government, let it complete like a Lagos state and other state. That is it. So all this argument of analyzing, they use 24 hours to analyze. So why are we analyzing here? To go and face economy and how we survive. How NEPA increase their tariff, how people meter has gone to 40% payment. I think we should go that way.
What's your own feeling about that development?
Now, number one, the economy, I've been hearing billion India again. We should look beyond India. We should look see all these foreign this year. I don't buy that. Like what the Indian business was saying, that peace your electricity, peace your security. If I come, I want to make my money take back home. Those are the things that they are telling our president. They should come home and peace. Like Abuja this morning, I read that 30 was key.
And 19 people were kidnapped.
So missing. And we can say they should put several everywhere. Those are the things we worry. And getting me, things are not working well. Killing still continue. Poverty still continue. Nigeria is being frustrated. What we need now is for the president, all Nigerians to come together and see how people can eat, how people can get light, road can be working. Those are the things, not quarreling. The way we are quarreling here, the same way they are quarreling in Nassau everywhere. Nigeria is confused. We need a leader that will be able to calm the situation down, unite. I get me. And I want to talk to viewers abroad who are even fighting themselves too. We are not fighting here. If you see us camera displaying in the back camera, you see them enjoying themselves. We don't fight. We should unite.
Sometimes you fight.
We
You guys fight, but
the fight doesn't go deep.
You settle.
We settle,
You
yes.
settle.
We fight, we settle. So we are not fighting.
We disagree to agree.
Yes, economy should be good. Economy should be okay. We now we sad. Things are not working well. That is my own area. Things are not working well. That was I mean. Tinubu should leave India, come back home and do the needful. What is the needful? Number one, let the railway work. I see they say the railway are working, but where to where? Where to where? I get me. Transportation, the roads are bad. The ministers are lamenting as if they just come from America. They were here before. They know they are part of APC government. Why are you lamenting? Why are you say stopping projects that are supposed to continue? We have stopped so many projects, contracts. Minister of Aviation stopping this. No, you do see they say many passengers stranded in airport. Why did they stranded? Those are things you need to correct. You don't need to wait. I said you only have 2 years. You have 2 years. After 2 years, now campaign will start. I get me. You only have 2 years. After 2 years, campaign will start. For PDP, APC will start galvanizing, looking for people to take over their government. So it should do something for just 2 years. 3 months now. I don't think that 3 months. 3 months. I will tell you, like, as Nigeria, 3 months of sadness, 3 months of wilderness. I still continue. 3 months of planning. What are you planning? People they look at people in Abuja, a whole territory, Abuja, where they have army, police, everything, dogs, to who are guiding Babi. They still kill 30. Tell me, what of other states? So in Abuja, there where they have presidents, president, vice president seat, they still kill 30. So something is wrong. You should leave India and come back home, and let's see what will happen. Because all I know is that the people too. Dosa, everybody is dosa. Could be me, everybody dosa. But we are doing our way every day. We talk. No action. Right. Nigeria should wake up.
All right,
We will not fighting. But let me tell you, Mike, you are the moderator. Talk to Kule. That's all language Kule always use. That language can bring fight here. Yeah, it can bring this issue. You tribalism, hatred. Let me correct something. When I say I don't know in Lagos, I'm talking about politics, not other area. Politics. When I just say, yes, this is where we are going, this is where we are going. If I vote for APC, PDP, that's where I say I don't know in Lagos when you go for politics. But other area, yes, I live here, I pay my taxes here, I pay my house rent here, these are taxes. So, the only thing Kule don't understand, Kule should be talk. People are complaining from all over, all the Yoruba people.
And you said you don't fight.
No, the fact is that thank God.
So I just need to be playing.
No,
You guys
no.
fight.
The fact is that we are doing it.
We need to stop. Hello.
See, I'm correcting this here. We are doing it mature, but the way Kule is doing it, if I do the same way, before we know, we
We'll
start
talk to
a
him.
fight.
Don't worry, we'll
Please,
talk to him.
talk to him.
Mr. Kunle, I believe you are listening. You are listening to Mr. Lucky now. No problem.
Mike,
they will change.
Talk to them too.
Mike, good morning.
Because it's dangerous as it is. When it comes to the corner, there is incitement. He always creates around.
Okay, behind
the scene.
Okay,
But not on the scene.
That was what somebody like told him. Caution me.
Good morning. Good morning.
Everybody will caution.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Especially my man, Taiwo Odunlade. You looked for me yesterday. There wasn't enough time. They exhausted the whole time. Mike bid bye to me. Then I just said today I must talk. On my way here, I saw Kule messing around. Same. Anybody that is speaking, Kule won't give him space. So, but we are friends. So, not that we are fighting ourselves. What we are doing here, we don't fight outside. We still embrace each other. Sure. Nobody's fighting here. But what happened is that Kunle should allow people to add their own view.
David invited me.
I didn't understand.
David invited
So
me.
everybody, stop and chop. Stop and chop. And
David,
when you are chopping,
David
chop for us
invited me.
too.
David invited me. You are just a bully.
No,
Stop being a bully.
So, guys, we're all together here. So, my brother, my best friend, Olasupo, Odina, Ezenwata, all of you, okay? Carlos, Mami Nkechi, Mami America, please take it easy. Nigeria is not going to finish. Nobody is able can do that to finish Nigeria. Everything will be resolved amicably if God steps in. Mike, what do you have for me this morning? Because I learned that Atiku and Obi are heading to Supreme Court.
And the president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has said he can now focus
On development
of
Nigeria.
Now that he has been proven by the tribunal that he is the winner of the February 25 poll, he can now focus.
Oh, that's good. But Mike, let me tell you, this tribunal you see, this tribunal of 2 days ago, I tagged it kangaroo tribunal. See, let me tell you, the narrator, I called the judge that read the final verdict or judgment a narrator. Narrator is somebody that is either writing narratives or commenting out for people to see. You might not see him on the camera, but he's the one saying something. This written script, and it will be playing out. Didn't you discover or find out that most of the judges, the first counsels and the audience were sleeping?
And we have those pictures. Okay.
What does this portray? We are tired of this nonsense. This is not what we bargained for before coming into this court venue. That is the significance of judges sleeping, you Ledochia scratching his bia, and the Bennett Johnson. I watch all of them there. Then Chetima was like, Agidi, Anya Abia, now we get here. Then Hope Uzodinma is like, yes, today is ours, our day. Let me tell you, nobody, even in Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, Tafawa Balewa, nobody is bigger than Nigeria. Tinubu is but a nurse, baby that is still sucking when you compare Akintola and Awolowo. I listen to me. Shetima is like nobody. He is a nobody when you compare him to Chagari, Babangida. See, if you see the achievement of Babangida, Mike, I'll forward to you today. Remember for me.
Okay.
What Babangida achieved in his 8 years. Babangida Boulevard. Can anybody tell me here the meaning of Babangida Boulevard? Nobody. Even the cool that all the time he go to run him mouth. Come and tell me the meaning of Babangida Boulevard. Babangida Boulevard. Babangida Boulevard is Third Mainland Bridge. Third Mainland Bridge is named Babangida Boulevard. His achievement. Babangida's achievement, I will send it to you. That's a military man. Tinubu is talking about leadership when he has started on a very bad note. Someone won an election, Hausa voted, Yoruba voted, Ejo voted, Urobo voted, Igbos voted. Tinubu just came and hijacked the mandate. And you are telling me here that he's talking about good leadership. Delivering what? Deliver good leadership. See, let me tell you. He is delivering what? Corrupt leadership. See, let us give account from the first day he started till date. How far NLPC is under higgling, haggling, going, gone. NNPC is gonna sell it off. At the back, he's gonna buy it. See, let me tell you, Mike, nothing. Nigerians in the diaspora listening or watching me, you guys, I love you. Watch me and watch me good. Nothing can ever make me, compel me to believe in this government. Nothing ever. Even gun tottling soldiers in the southeastern Nigeria looking for who to kill can never quiz me on the road, and I will tell them the truth. Look at me here. I didn't come with my cap. I portray this name. Oga, my heart in a stone. Nothing will ever intimidate me to believe in this government. What I'm agitating now is Obi. If you go to Supreme Court, you are going to waste your money, your time, your energy and effort. Igbo man!
Don't you think you'll be disappointed?
No. The obedience.
By backing out?
Thank you. When it backs out, obedience can go. Mike, you are right in what you are saying. Every obedience is like, whoa, they are backing. They are dogs. They want to get loose. They want that chain off so that they will move. Oga, violence can never take us anywhere. Are you listening to me? When we are violent, being violent about it, the so-called champions of this inorderliness, this lawlessness, this anarchy, they will be enjoying in Washington. People like Kule will go and die. That is why it is not good to be very, very insensible. Are you listening to me?
You bully the Mike.
People that don't have sense will go and die.
Did you bully Mike once?
Mike, let me tell you, obedience should come down.
Bully everybody.
Listen good. Let us see what is going to come out now. But not anybody compelling any person through oratory rendition by speech, motivational speech, that we should wait for a leadership that is charismatic. Oga, Mike, we have shared palliative. How many did you receive? No, how many? How many bag of rice? How many Indomie? Sachet of Indomie? How much? Mike, how much has been transferred into your account? Palliative. Are you not from, I think you are from Ondo or Ogun State? At least your account.
I'm not from the two states you just
Thank
mentioned.
you so much. Your account would have sound Bagam State, Ekiti State, palliative, blah blah blah, social amount. Nothing. I am from Anambra State. Chance Nwa Mbafo Soludo is there. My account, nothing. My NIN is in the system. They know me, the DSS know me, they know us. Oga, we are so resilient that DSS know us. All of us that are reviewing here, we have NIN. Do you know why? We are taking risk here. Bloody risk. If DSS wants, they should go to Nando, search the whole compound, they will tell them this is where Ralph lives. I don't care. I'm doing this thing for love of humanity. I'm doing this for love of God. I don't care what anybody says. I don't support this regime. What's happening in the courtroom is absolute injustice, falsification of justice. They deny Nigerians their rights.
We are born. But
the judges,
but your friend,
they are narrators.
Odunlade said he believes in this government.
Thank you.
Odunlade, my guy, or my man, or my oga, or my brother, he might believe in this government. Listen and listen good. Oh, that is Mr. Taiwo believing in this regime.
No,
but this is Mr. Raf. I don't believe, and I will never, ever believe in this regime.
I think Matthew has something to say. You said what? Before we
I was saying that tomorrow I will engage Taiwo Odunlade. Because he's saying that most of the things I said is wrong.
Okay.
So it's on that basis I want to say those things he's saying is wrong. We are going to itemize them one by one. Let me just bring us a few.
Okay, tomorrow. You said tomorrow. Okay, you want to say it now?
No, like
okay,
one.
Okay, no problem.
I talked the issue of e-transmission of election results. What Adebulu has said that it's better you make INEC to you amend the Electoral Act to ensure that you start transmitting the election result electronically. Second one, that the burden of proof should be removed from the petitioner and placed on INEC. And that INEC frustrated effort of the petitioners to get relevant documents to prosecute the case. These are part of what I said.
Let me explain. The burden of proof, hello, Nigerian diaspora Nigerians, the burden of proof here has been left on Atiku and Obi, and Obi and Atiku are the one explaining how the election was rigged. It was INEC that is supposed to come. The burden of proof should be on INEC to tell Nigeria how they conducted 2023 elections. And the whole burden was on Obi, on Atiku to come with witness, to come with documents, and INEC has not spoken any word.
They are the petitioners now.
They are the petitioners, and we must allow INEC to come and explain to us too.
These people are going to see
So the burden is left for the INEC, not Obi and Atiku.
Obi has lost. Let him go and sit down.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate viewers for joining us on today's edition of this program. Tomorrow is another day where we will be coming to a news stand to review news stories that will be coming up. All right, Michael Adekunle remains my name. You can join us on our sister channel, that's Flip TV Plus, for juicy content, for good content, good programs. Please subscribe on Flip TV Plus. Behind the camera, I have my videographer, David Daniel, doing a very good job. Charles, I really appreciate you, Charles. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on board. Viewers across the globe, we love you all. Thank you so much. Keep it real with Flip TV. Bye for now.